Hello everyone! Today I'm bringing you some carne mechada. For this dish, we're gonna chop some onions. Doesn't really matter how you chop it, everything is gonna get boiled. Some peppers, I use some green and some red. I like the green because it's a bit bitter, but I also like the red because it's a bit sweet and sour. I think it gives a nice flavor to the stew. Then we're gonna chop some tomatoes. In a pot, we're gonna add some oil. Doesn't matter which one, I use some olive oil. And then we're gonna put the meat and we're gonna seal the outside of it so it gets crispy. I use joint, but you can use any kind of meat you want. It's gonna get boiled and it's gonna soften up. I added some pepper and some salt. And this is how it looks like after a few minutes. Tasty. I'm adding my vegetables in. I'm gonna give it a stir. And I'm also gonna add my tomatoes. Forgot about them. Once everything has been sizzling for a bit, then I'm gonna add some oregano, some parsley. This one's a little dry. You can use fresh one if you want. Some thyme, some paprika, and leave it sizzle. I'm gonna add some tomato sauce. This is all tomato puree. And some water. I added like 2 cups just to cover the meat because it's gonna boil for 30 minutes. We're gonna add some malted vinegar. You can add wine. I just don't use wine in my house, so I just use some vinegar. I think I like the taste of it. But if you don't like vinegar, just use normal wine, red wine, or just don't use it at all. It's up to you. But it just helps with the meat to soften up with the acid. Then once it's boiling, we're gonna add some bay leaves. And we're gonna cover and leave it boil for half an hour. And this is the result. We're gonna take the meat out. And we're gonna let it cool down for a bit because it's very hot. Then we're gonna thread the meat. And this looks a bit weird, but actually once you're doing it, you will see that the fibers of the muscle, they separate because beef has fat between the fibers. So it's actually easier to do it. It will make sense if you try. I will leave the stew in the hob, reducing, and then this is the result with less water. Then we're gonna blend everything together. Please, please, please take the bay leaves out, otherwise you're gonna make a mess and it's gonna be very bitter. I didn't show it, but I did take it out. And we're gonna add the meat in. And look at that. It looks very tasty. I wish you could actually smell it. Let me know if you try. This is a South American dish. My grandmother used to make it a lot, even though she's not from there. But where I am from, we have a lot of dishes from South America. And I'm so sure you will enjoy it if you try it. And it's very easy. I just made it up with a bit of broccoli and fries. You can accompany it with whatever you want, but this is how it is. Very nice. Bye bye, see you soon.